Well, some of you are concerned that St. Augustine Beach is drastically trimming hundreds of palm trees, and we're on your side tonight, taking this issue to the city's public works director. He confirms crews trimmed trees along A1A this week, and it's something that happens every year. We also spoke with one of 20 master arborists in Florida who calls this unnecessary.
So when people remove it, they actually make the trees more susceptible to breakage and failure. And if the top breaks during a storm, you have killed the palm because that's connected to the growth bud.
Well, we absolutely do need to cut the trees. We have a contract with DOT to maintain the right-of-way. So if fronds start falling, if seed pods start falling on the roadway, create a safety issue, we'd be in violation of our contract with DOT.
The St. Augustine Beach's public works director did say some of the trees were trimmed too severely. How this will be addressed in the future, that story tonight at 6.